Welcome, everybody, to episode 96 of Disney with the Ducks. Tonight, you've got me, John Krull. I've also got Gene with us.
Howdy.
We've got Kevin.
Hey, y'all.
And we've got Jody to try to keep us on track here tonight.
Hi, friends.
All right. So tonight, before we get to our topic, we want to ask all of you guys, our listeners, and everybody in our the Duck community to go to your podcatcher and give us a 5-star review. It helps everybody find us. It'll get us more people into the Disney with the Ducks community and, spark some more good discussion over on our Facebook page, Disney with the Ducks. Also, after you give us the review, go join our group on Facebook at Disney with the Ducks. So it'll be fun to have you guys come in and join in the conversation over there. All right. So tonight, the question that we're going to ask to get to know each other a little better and let our listeners get to know us, Gene's got a good question for us. So Gene, fire away, man.
I don't know if it's good, but we'll see. So I want you to think about Christmas, whether it's TV shows, specials, songs, just traditions of Christmas. I want you to think about the animals involved in Christmas, okay? And I want each of you to share with me thinking of what is the largest, meanest, ugliest, whatever of those animals that you think you could beat in a fight or close combat. It's, we know Kroll's going to break the rules anyway, so I'm going to leave it open to interpretation.
So
I don't want to bring violence into a manger scene. That seems terrible, Gene.
What's funny is I didn't even think about the manger scene when with this question. I wasn't thinking barn animals,
Oh, man. Well, that's a good question, though, because the manger scene has like sheep and stuff, but they don't live at the North Pole. So, right. Gene, how are we going with this? What direction?
There are no rules, John.
It's wide open.
I'm going with a penguin.
Okay. You think that's the largest, meanest animal that you can beat in a fight?
As we discussed on a previous episode, I don't remember if Jeff cut this part out or not. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I have not been in many fights. Right. I've never been in a one-on-one fight before. Since I was like a 10-year-old kid playing football or something. But as an adult, I've just never been in a fight since I was probably in junior high.
Yeah.
So my skills there aren't very good. But I am a large man. So I think a penguin being small, being slow on land. I'm assuming we're on land, right? Because if we're in the water, that penguin's got me. There's no chance. But on land, a penguin is a bird that can't fly. So I think I could take that thing down. All I have to do is chase it down and fall on top of it, and I could smother it. So I'm going penguin. I think anything bigger than that, I don't got a chance. And anything smaller than that, well, they might even be too quick for me. I feel like penguins are non-violent, so yeah.
Well, they're dressed for a party, so
Yeah.
Right. Who fights in a tuxedo? Come on, unless you're James Bond,
Yeah.
Anybody else want to jump in?
Kevin, you got to go because I'm blanking.
Okay, well, mine is not necessarily it's sort of a relative of the Yeti, and that's this guy right here.
That's where I was going.
The Wampa from Star Wars.
Oh.
And I would probably have to use the lightsaber to take him out.
So, Kevin, I know your mind automatically goes to Star Wars. But what part of Christmas and Star Wars? Tell me, where that's going together.
So, Hoth has lots of snow, and it reminds me of the North Pole.
Okay.
So, and my shirt is, Deck the Hoth. So it's got, walkers, and it's got a tauntaun over here, and it's got the Wampa, in the cave and all that. So, I like to watch the first part of Empire during Christmas, and I make my own little Christmas movie.
Okay.
With Star Wars. Okay.
It's got to be better than whatever Lonnie said was that Christmas movie that I still haven't watched. So.
Die Hard?
You haven't seen we talked about this already. You have to go see Die Hard.
Yeah.
Die Hard.
You don't even have to go see it. You can just watch it on TV.
Right, that's true. Although I did hear that some theaters are re-releasing it for Christmas this year.
Really?
Wait a minute.
Which makes it a Christmas movie.
Do you guys know theaters are re-releasing Luca in March? Do you know how excited this makes me?
They're on Disney Plus.
What? But who cares? You have to go see it on the big screen because it never went on the big screen. I'm so excited about this. AMC is getting it in March. I'm so excited.
Hey, so with that being said, I always take every chance I can for a tangent. this morning, I don't even know. Oh, I saw a TikTok that was talking about the Muppets, and it said the best Muppet show ever was the Muppet Family Christmas. And it's such a shame that it's not on Disney Plus. And then it gave a rundown about how they, you must have seen it, Kevin, of course.
Long
The
time ago.
Muppets go to Fozzie Bear's house for Christmas, to his parents' home, but they're leaving, and there's a renter that comes in. The Sesame Street Muppets show up, Fraggle Rock shows up, and it's 42 minutes long. I did find it on YouTube. I didn't.
YouTube.
I watched the opening thing. So you've seen it, Jody?
YouTube. The only place you can find it is YouTube.
Yeah,
I don't
nobody-
understand why I'm paying money to Disney Plus and it's not there.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating.
It's just like the Star Wars holiday special from the 1970s. You know,
It's
you can't-
non-canonical, right?
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But YouTube, we'll have to put the YouTube link in our show notes.
Yeah.
Right, Jeff? We're going to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeff's
YouTube
gonna do
link
that
will be in
for
our,
sure.
our show notes so everybody can watch that.
We have show notes.
I've never typed them, so I don't know. All right, Jody, you still have not answered Jean's question.
I really don't know. I'm struggling. All I can think of is
I
the
got another
manger
question for you.
scene
Then.
and donkeys, and I certainly can't beat a donkey because it would
No.
just kick me and knock me out. So,
But if we're going manger scene, what do you think about sheep? They seem docile.
no.
You could sneak up behind it. And
yeah,
Take
no,
it out.
they're
What about
kind
a,
of
what
not.
about a snowman?
You just give it a warm hug, right?
What about
Yeah.
a chipmunk?
no,
Chipmunks
chipmunks are quick,
sneaky
man.
little mean things.
Yeah.
That's
They're
what I'm
fast.
thinking. I'm thinking that Alvin's kind of, he's kind of
Yeah, they're
mischievous,
they dig in the yard and break up the
Yeah.
cement. I'm not a fan of
Yeah.
chipmunks. Yeah, I
And
don't
they're
know. I'm
small.
blanking.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
steal
answer.
John. I'm gonna go with penguins because
All
I
right.
agree with John. I can't think of anything else. Reindeers are too big. Donkeys in the manger scene, they kick like a mule. Those are all bad. I don't know.
Yeah. Plus, reindeer have a lot of them have the big antlers, right? So
Yeah.
That would hurt.
they could really get you. Yeah.
Yeah, like an elk.
Yeah.
Nope.
And I don't know if penguin are really a Christmas animal per se, but I was going kind of with Kevin's
Yeah. That's fine.
explanation. Like
That's
it's
fine.
cold, the snow.
Cold weather. Yeah.
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 My-
Sorry.
my-
Okay, Gene, what's your answer?
My answer is the abominable snowman and from Rudolph. And you might think, Gene, really, you could fight that and beat it? Absolutely. You give me a pair of nunchucks, and I would take it any day of the week. There's no doubt in my mind.
Or just a
Remember, he-
pair of pliers for his
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah, you just pull his teeth out. Yeah,
Right.
he does.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any teeth, so you got an advantage there.
I would use the nunchucks to get close enough with the pliers.
We get nunchucks. I might change my answer then. I might be able to beat something bigger. I was going
Well, I
hand
got a
to hand,
lightsaber,
hand to
so
wing
surely you
combat.
I
have
said
that.
close combat. I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't,
fair.
Yeah,
I left
Kevin
it
had a
on.
lightsaber,
You had a
so
lightsaber, so I think
Yeah,
you
right,
deserve
yeah.
nunchucks.
Yeah. I mean, I should have thought thermal detonator, but
There you go.
hey, so Jody, since you didn't really answer the question.
I know
I'm
because
gonna
I think of
follow up.
Christmas as love. It's
Okay,
very
I
hard
got
for me to
something.
think
I
of
got
Christmas
something
as
for you.
violence, Gene.
You and your mom, how many different types of cookies did y'all bake?
We made altogether 15. We baked 11 yesterday. 15 different
Okay.
types.
So I have a question for you. So how much sawdust do you think you could add to a batch of cookies before somebody would be able to tell?
3 tablespoons.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're not going to test this. I'm just curious, your thoughts.
That's pretty specific.
Yeah, that's really specific.
Yeah, 3 tablespoons.
Okay.
Okay. It sounds like you have experience, John.
No, yeah, I've got a batch of
Do you
sawdust just
agree or
laying around in my
disagree with
kitchen.
Jody?
I think 3. I think that's probably about the upper limit. Yeah. Yeah. I can't see having any more sawdust in there because the problem is unless you have the sawdust super fine,
Right?
you're gonna get the chunks, right? And
But
unless it's
you-
like a coconut cookie or something
Or
that's gonna have
oatmeal.
oatmeal, yeah, that would have those chunks in it. You're gonna notice. So if it's really finely ground, though, I bet you could put more than that in there. You could probably
Kevin,
put
what do you think?
5.
I don't know. How many cookies are in a batch?
It depends on the cookie.
Okay, so if there's a dozen, you could probably put, I don't know, 2 or 3 ounces maybe in a whole batch.
How's that convert to tablespoons?
Well,
I
8
don't know.
ounces is 1 cup, and so
Okay.
yeah, that's a lot.
Well,
It's hard to measure in tablespoons.
I'm thinking it depends also on how healthy the cookies are, because if they're really healthy cookies, and Jody, you kind of eat healthy. It depends on how healthy they are. You could add more sawdust and never know the difference, depending if
That's
they're
true.
really healthy.
Right.
I think
It just still
some of the
tastes like cardboard.
Some of the
Yeah.
granola bars I've tried in the past taste like they have sawdust in them.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's a good
Okay,
filler.
that's all I got. I just
Okay, that was fun.
I liked it, Gene. Now all I'm going to be thinking about the rest of the night is what other Christmas characters I could take down in a fight.
That's the
But
whole reason for it.
that's all right. But one of the things we're talking about tonight is going to be Christmas at the Disney parks, and what we think as Armchair Imagineers could be some new overlays that the Walt Disney Company could put over some of the attractions. So I think everybody knows about the Jingle Cruise, right? It's the Jungle Cruise with a Christmas overlay on it, where they put in different characters and they have different jokes, things like that. So Disney does this with certain rides, and they'll put a little overlay on it for different holidays. So tonight, what we're going to talk about is what we think are some good ideas for that in each of the parks. So Jody, I think you brought up this idea, and I think you were really passionate about it. So let's hear one of yours for Epcot. Let's start there. Let's start in Epcot and see if you have any.
Okay, Epcot's the easiest one. And why they're not doing this, I don't know. We all know they made a Guardians Christmas special, and it rocked out with the old 97s, one of the most amazing bands ever. Why they aren't playing the old 97s in Guardians during the holiday season is just, it's a poor excuse for being a human. I mean, they should do this. This is just easy. This is a layup. I mean, this is a 5'2" girl can make a layup. That's how easy this is. Like, you should be able to do this. They
God,
have
Guardians sports analogies. What?
platter. I know. Put this on a platter for everybody. So I truly believe that the Guardians ride needs the old 97s Christmas special, and not during some sort of holiday party. I don't want it after hours. I want it all day. Not that there's an after hours party at Epcot during holidays, but I want it all day. Every day. I want it all old 97s Christmas songs.
Yeah.
That's my answer. That was easy.
That special was amazing, and I loved having them sing that song. I mean, they sang I think almost all the music for the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was awesome. All right. So Jody, I'm gonna jump in then too next and say mine was also with that ride, but slightly different. My take on it was, all right, we need to add only Christmas songs, but do it like they do it now and just kind of rotate through them. So, you're going to have like Bruce Springsteen with Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Then you'll get Michael Jackson or the Jackson 5 singing I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Just all those kind of classic Christmas tunes, and get them in there and have people go through the ride multiple times and get a different.
And then you
Christmas
have
song.
Wham! Last Christmas, and everybody will be
Just
out
to
of Wham
really,
again,
but you can't do that. You can't do that. Like that's over the line, and I think Disney's stock would tank because people would be upset. Who wants to go to Wamhala when you're strapped into a seat in a ride that you're so excited about, and then you're like, "That's it, I'm done."
Yeah.
So
I got out the other day, sitting in the lobby, getting ready to go to my Orange Theory class, my upper lift body class, and they played Last Christmas. I'm like, what? Are you serious? This is where I'm getting kicked out of Whamageddon?
So here's my thing with that song. Quick sidebar. I worked retail in high school and the beginning of college. So I worked at a Kids R Us. That song played every like sixth song for a 10-hour shift or whatever I was working on weekends, or from the time I got out of school until whatever the legal time was they had to let me go home that night during the week. You would hear that song. And I still to this day cannot listen to that song without wanting to punch the radio.
That's hazard work.
It's so terrible. Yeah. And like my kids and stuff, they all love it. And why don't you like this song? I'm like, listen, if you guys had to hear this over and over and over again, every holiday, it was terrible. Okay. So sorry to kind of go off on a tangent.
That's what we do.
Yeah, but you're right, Jody. That is what we do. Kevin, what about you? What at Epcot do you think could use a good Christmas overlay?
So I'm gonna pick one that it exists at Epcot, but it goes around also. I want to dress up the monorail.
Oh.
Put some nice Christmas lights on the monorail. that'd be really cool to see it kind of going through the different parks and stuff, and spruce up the transportation a little bit. Maybe put some lights on the boats. That would be pretty simple to do, I think, and it would just add a little bit of Christmas, to whenever you're transitioning between the hotel and the parks, or the parks and the resort, or parks in another park, or whatever. So.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I like it. Yeah, I think because they really do nothing with any of that, and it's kind of
Not at
disappointing.
all.
Yeah. Okay, so Gene, what do you got at Epcot that you think could use an overlay?
I mean, I think this is so obvious and just such a no-brainer. I don't know that it's anything that anybody would think is genius, but I think it's just so basic. It needs to happen. So it's a classic. Everybody likes Soarin'. You visit different environments, different countries, things like that. I mean, an overlay for that could be you're riding Santa's sleigh.
Right.
You're along with Santa all over the world, delivering presents, going down the
Change to Santa's sleigh.
That was on my mind too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea.
I love it, Gene.
We had soaring over the North Pole, but then we also decided soaring over to the different countries to learn about how they celebrate, and Hanukkah. You could do even Hanukkah and all the different
Santa's Christmas, not Hanukkah, but I like it.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah.
Good choice, Gene. Good choice.
Yeah, and Gene, you're right. Like, I don't think that would take them any type of capital investment or anything, right? I mean, they have to develop the program or whatever, but they already have everything.
Some new video. With AI, you could just give some prompts, and it could be. Kevin, you probably could do this for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, give it to like any 10-year-old boy.
Right.
I could definitely use AI to do it.
I mean, I see some stuff on TikTok people create with AI that's like, I saw some little Star Wars shorts with, not shorts like Kevin wears under his clothes, but like Star Wars shorts, short videos, and they're clone troopers, and I thought it was real people, and it's all animation created with AI. It's amazing.
Pretty cool. It's like the guy who takes his kid to Disney by putting them in a laundry basket with a fan. You've seen that? It's pretty funny.
I've not.
Oh, all right. Let's get this thing back on track here. All right. So that was Epcot. Are there any other Epcot ideas that we didn't mention? Because it sounded like a couple of us had Gene's sleigh ride idea with Soarin'. Any other ones? Okay. All right. Well, let's head over we'll jump on the monorail that's recently decorated, as Kevin suggested.
Right.
And we're going to head over to Magic Kingdom from Epcot. So Gene, what do you got at Magic Kingdom? What do you think needs a fun overlay?
So this would be an expensive overlay, okay? But if the Runaway Mine Train was we're not just overlaying, we're reimagining at this point. Just for Christmas though. And with this, they just bring it back. But Escape from Nakatomi Plaza.
That's
Perfect.
I
mean, no, it's not. It's not at all because it doesn't fit the ride. But I love the idea.
It really does.
And that's in Hollywood Studios too.
We got John McClane in there crawling through the mines trying to get out.
We could put it on one of any of the three rides that are exactly the same, except for the overlay. Ratatouille, Mickey and Minnie, and Rise, and just change it to whatever, Rudolph, Nakatomi Plaza, whatever.
That's true. Yeah, same idea as we were talking with Soarin'. Just change some screens up and you're good.
Yeah, piece of cake.
Oh my! All right,
that was terrible.
Kevin, I don't know if you're gonna be able to top that, Kevin. But what do you think?
I have a question. Are we in Magic Kingdom like you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Gene was talking about Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yeah,
we
kind of
went off on another tangent.
I thought he was talking about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad.
Yeah, I screwed that all up.
That's okay.
I
Whatever.
know I'm a Disney expert, but I screwed
We
up.
know. I'm just want to make sure I answer the right part.
Okay. Yeah, Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, whatever. Call me out, show me up. Whatever,
I just
whatever,
want to
Jody.
make sure I answer the right
I'm
question.
so embarrassed. Thanks for
I have
embarrassing me.
printed notes like Lonnie does.
Oh boy. All right, Kevin.
All right.
What do you got?
So I'm going to add something kind of cool to Frontierland, and I'm going to where they have the BB guns where you shoot the targets, and it's going to be Red Ryder BB guns, and you get points if you shoot your eye out.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's so
I
creative.
like it. That's pretty sweet. Never would
You
have
just
thought of
can't
that.
shoot your eye out. You'll be good.
That's awesome. Oh man, Jody, what do you got at Magic Kingdom?
So Landon and I came up with this idea. We want the Astro Orbiter to be Santa's sleigh, and you go up and you spin around up there. So you put they look like little sleighs, and they play Christmas songs up in the Astro Orbiter instead of that, Tomorrowland songs that they play. So we thought that was an easy one. Like that wouldn't take, put a little vinyl sticker on the outside of that car, play a different tune up there. It's going to cost them.
It's good because it's something that the kids can enjoy. The smaller kids. Yeah.
We thought that would be an easy, fun one and not cost a lot of money. Even though we've got budget because we're Disney, but that was just one that we thought would be fun. And you're flying already, so
That is pretty cool. Pretty neat. All right. Let's see. I have two, but the first one I'm going to mention is Haunted Mansion, and I'm going to say we're going to adjust that to incorporate A Christmas Carol. So you're going to have the Ghost of Christmas Past, Christmas Present, and Christmas Future in there. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. You might have like Marley in there kind of walking around with his chains and stuff. Yeah, so I think people are going to lose their mind because, you don't touch Haunted Mansion, but we're going to, and we're going to make it awesome, and it's going to be great because Jody, we could even do it as the Muppet version of Christmas Carol and have Muppet ghosts.
I love that idea. That's such a good idea. It has the ghosts and all that, and that would be so cool. It'd be like in Scrooge's house, and he's going through the different. Each room is like the past and present and future. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, sorry, Jody, go ahead.
I just said I'm upset that I didn't come up with that idea with Muppets.
Yeah. That's a really good one.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. People are going to line up for hours for this thing. So yeah, hopefully Bob Iger's listening and cuts us a check. Remember, that's Disney with the Ducks, Bob. Okay. All right. Do you guys have any other ones for Magic Kingdom? Okay, so I have another one. I want to take the railroad and turn it into like a Polar Express type train.
Oh, nice.
So
good idea.
Yeah, that's what I want to do, and I want to have like the conductor there, or the the Tom Hanks character in there walking around checking tickets and stuff.
Hot chocolate.
Yeah,
right.
You could do that. You could. They already make the hot chocolate for the parties anyway, right? So they've got it. I think that would be really cool. So that's my Magic Kingdom ones. All right. So now let's head over to Animal Kingdom, a park that really doesn't have a lot of Christmas stuff in it, right? I think we talked about this last week where, they do enough where it's subtle and it's cute, but they don't go overboard. But we need to figure out what we can overlay Christmas onto at that park. So Kevin, do you have any ideas for for Animal Kingdom?
So I thought about this one quite a bit, and you can't. What makes Animal Kingdom is the animals. So you incorporate the animals into Christmas, and you force them all to wear Santa hats for the the safari tour. So I know PETA probably wouldn't like that, but
if you can make them out of something, hold on. If you can make them something out of edible that they can then eat, like if the giraffes have I don't know what the giraffes eat. After they can pull it off their head, and then, or if the elephant is made out of peanuts or something. I don't know. You made it more organic that they.
I thought about putting lights and stuff on the trees, but then the giraffes would probably bite into it and get electrocuted. So I thought Santa hats probably would be all right. I mean, it's not going to hurt them too bad, you know.
I think that's a good idea. I want to see a giraffe in a Santa hat.
I do
I do
too.
too. That would be
It's
the
one of my
best.
favorite things. Oh man! All right, Jody, what'd you come up with for Animal Kingdom?
So, our zoo does a March of the Penguins during the holidays, where they actually take them like on a penguin parade. Now, we live in a little colder climate than they have in Florida, but I would think they'd be able to do something kind of fun or cute. Our zoo also has reindeer that they have during our zoo lights and nights during the holidays. So I'm like, that'd be easy. Just, get some reindeer. Yours a big, huge zoo. I mean, you're more than a zoo, but they are. So you can get some reindeer and have that going on. But my kids really want the Yeti to have a Santa hat. That's what they really want. Out of all those ideas, that's what pretty basic. They want the Yeti
That
to
would be so easy to do.
they want him to wear a hat.
I like it. I mean, really, you throw a Santa hat on anything, it becomes more awesome.
I know.
So
Yeah, I agree. I know. Look,
Yeah.
Santa hat.
Don't they put a Santa hat on that mech that's on the outside of Pandora? Didn't they do something like that with the Santa hat? Or did I dream that?
I don't know.
Phoebe
You know
Dream.
You know the big mech machine that's
Yeah.
outside? Yeah.
Oh, I
they
think you're right, Kevin.
I think they put a Santa hat on that. Anyway.
I think you're right.
All right, Gene, what are you going to overlay?
So mine, another basic one, but I mean, the big ride there, is Escape from Everest, and that could and should be reimagined as an escape from the abominable snow monster. I mean, maybe a little bit of work. I don't know, maybe not. But rather than all the boring Yeti stuff, the Sherpa stuff you see on the way in, things about Yukon Cornelius and Hermie and Rudolph and things like that, to learn more about them, because they're really more important at this point.
They need to add Yukon Cornelius. That would be fantastic.
I mean, they've got backstories, I'm sure. We have backstories on all the other characters. We need their backstory.
Yeah. All right. Gene, that could be fun. And it's already snowy and everything.
And so, I had lots and lots of ideas about lots of ideas. They were kind of out here. I hadn't nailed anything down, but about Muppets, and there's so many things that could be done with Muppets. And I mean, they're all animals, basically. You got Miss Piggy, she's a pig. You got Kermit, that's a frog. And I know their home has generally been Hollywood Studios, but there's, I mean, we could workshop this right here. Like, so, I mean, what would be the Muppets like to sing and dance and have a zany time. What would be a good attraction that could be rebranded, for the Muppets, reimagined for the Muppets at Animal Kingdom?
Get rid of Finding Nemo the musical and just make it a whole entire Muppets musical.
Well, I think they already did that, Jody.
That's awesome.
I mean, they're puppets in there. They're not Muppets.
No, I know, but no, Finding Nemo I think it's gone, right? It closed?
No.
Are you really sure?
Nemo the musical?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
John,
they should close it and make it Muppets.
John,
if they haven't, then they should.
Yeah, Finding Nemo is permanently closed to Animal Kingdom. Its last performance was March 2020, according to the Google.
Well, so even more reason to have the Muppets in there, because
exactly.
For sure.
Okay. I thought you were going to go with a different musical type theater thing that you wanted to replace with all Muppets, and I was so excited, but then you didn't. What about replacing Lion King with Muppets, Gene?
I think Lonnie.
I mean,
the Tumble Monkeys are just Kermit flipping around.
If you made them original Lion King Muppets, I think that would be fantastic.
Okay, that's different than where I was going.
What if you made Sweetums do it, like jump on the trampoline and be a tumble monkey? He would be pretty funny as a tumble monkey.
See, I like where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
Man, but it's
We're
not
just
Christmassy,
giving
but we'll throw
million-dollar
some
ideas to them.
yeah.
To Disney.
We'll throw some Santa hats on them, and that'll
Yeah.
be the Christmas overlay.
I'll make it right. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Okay, so I'm the last one in Animal Kingdom. I am gonna say Flight of Passage, and very similar to what we all said about Soarin' at Epcot, I want to turn it into a Santa sleigh ride where you're like flying through the world, because obviously Santa has to go fast, right?
Ooh,
He's got 2 billion children to
yeah.
visit in 24 hours. So Flight of Passage turned into a sleigh ride. I love it.
Or the dragon could be a reindeer. It's already breathing and
Oh,
everything. So you're like riding
that's
on the back of the reindeer.
that's actually a much better idea, Kevin. See, Gene, what did you call it? A maximizer?
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Kevin's a maximizer.
Yeah.
It's a bet. That's awesome. Yeah, I like that. I like where we're going with this. All right. Any other ideas for Animal Kingdom? No?
That was the
Okay.
hardest one.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was difficult. But now we're going to Hollywood Studios. So there's a lot there.
So much.
There's a lot of fun IP with Star Wars and Toy Story. So let's see. Kevin, where did you go at Hollywood Studios? What are you gonna overlay?
So I'm gonna overlay Batu with for Life Day.
So that was my idea
Oh,
too. That's good.
Really?
Yeah.
So November 17th is Life Day, but they could do that leading up to November 17th, where you could go and walk around. They have some things already where you can get the robes and the glowing orbs and stuff like that. But having more Wookiees walking around with the the glowing orbs and the red robes, and then just kind of seeing how Life Day is celebrated, and actually it's gone. It was introduced with Star Wars holiday specials that you can't find anywhere except YouTube. And it was released on November 17th, so that's why it's Life Day. And the premise of that show was Han Solo trying to get Chewbacca to Kashyyyk, where his home planet, for Life Day, and that's where they celebrate Life Day, and friends and family, and that kind of thing, of course. And they even introduced it some with the Star Wars Lego holiday special. So
Yeah.
it's kind of become canon. They pulled that out of it, and you can actually get merchandise for it now. But I think if they had decorated Batu a little bit in that would be pretty cool. I think it
That
would
would
go
be
over
pretty
well.
sweet. Well, I remember I was there in at Christmas time, I think, or November, sometime in the season. But they had at the Starbucks in Animal Kingdom, they had Life Day, or not Animal Kingdom. I'm sorry, at Hollywood Studios, they had Life Day You Were Here mugs. They were really cool. I wish I would have got one, but I didn't because
Oh
I
man,
didn't know what Life Day
I would love
was.
one of those.
Yeah, now I feel bad. But
Man, I
no,
remember when
they
that
were really
came
cool.
out, and it was so exciting, and I didn't know how terrible it was
It's
at the
so
time.
terrible.
Because I mean, I was 9 years old or whatever, and I thought it was, I mean, just more Star Wars at that point, amazing, and to see Wookiees, and now you look at them, you're like, man, the ones that's at Disney would look so much better than they were.
So much better.
And all the cameos, Cloris Leachman and all these people. What was that even about?
B. Arthur.
That's who I mean.
What
B.
That's what I
Arthur.
that's who I mean. B. Arthur.
From
She's
Golden
singing-
Girls?
She's singing in the cantina.
But Boba Fett made his appearance there.
He did. He did.
I got Boba Fett mail order through. You had sent in so many proofs of purchase, and you got a Boba Fett figure before the movie, and so that was cool.
I like this idea. All right. So we got Kevin, Life Day. Okay, so Life Day is a great idea. Gene, what about you? What do you got for Hollywood Studios?
Well, I thought I had a lot of ideas, but I really don't, because it was really about, I didn't call it Life Day, but I just said mine wasn't as elaborate as Kevin's. Kevin's is much better. But I was thinking, I don't even know what it's called, but the stage when you're walking by and, Kylo Ren is out and he's talking and sort of all that stuff going on, change that. My idea was to reimagine that as the Star Wars holiday special, just, several times a day, and be Arthur there, and
That would be cool.
the Star Wars cast singing, like in the
Put her
original
in
special.
August Cantina.
Yeah.
Put a hollow vid of B. Arthur singing. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
You
that'd be
could
great.
double the price of the drinks in there, and people would wait in line still just to see that.
I wouldn't.
They would, even though it's so horrible, they would still do it.
They would.
Oh man. All right, Jody, what do you got for Hollywood Studios?
I have 3. Do you want me to give all
Wow.
3? It's one of them.
I mean, yeah, go for it.
So this park I thought was the easiest because there's so much going on there. So easiest, simplest, wouldn't take a lot of time as Rock and Roller Coaster. I mean, just put some darn Christmas music in that and call it a day. I mean, you've got a rock and roll band, make them do a Christmas tune. It's simple. My kids think it would be fun though. So my mom has a Herbie the Love Bug car, and her little love bug has a little nose and antlers on it, and drives around at Christmas time with its little nose and antlers. So my kids want the Rock and Roller Coaster cars to have a little nose and antlers to be their own.
That would be cool.
So kind of fun. So that was easy, Rock and Roller Coaster. Then Toy Story has a Christmas special, right? I mean, it's not great, but they do have a Christmas special. So it can't be that hard to change one of the scenes, the Toy Story Mania rides at the end. And we thought the lasso one, where they're, because we don't want anything to, we don't want to shoot anything. That seems a little violent for Christmas. So we thought lassoing gifts or something, or lassoing the Christmas lights or something, where they would sparkle or do something like that. That portion of it would be a lot of fun to tie in the Toy Story thing, because that can't be that hard, right? To do that.
No.
And last but not least, you all are going to be shocked with this, but the last thing in Hollywood Studios that we absolutely think needs to happen is the Muppets 3D needs to go away for the Christmas time, and they just need to do Muppets Christmas Carol in there, or some sort of Muppets live production, or record a Muppets and have it be there. I mean, again, can't be that hard. Please give us some new, fresh Muppets back there. So
You got to.
Hollywood Studios, my 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
I have an idea. I do have an idea.
Okay,
One
go
last
for it.
What are you?
So, Frozen. What is the name of it
Second one?
called?
For
For the first time in forever. It should be called Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and or some variation of that. But those Rankin Bass Santa Claus is Coming to Town movies, they're musicals. Make that into a musical with that series of TV specials kind of put together into one big epic Christmas story. Could be amazing.
Love it.
I like it.
mean,
I like any of the time
Burgermeister,
they change the shows.
Meisterburger, all of them. You know what I mean?
Burgermeister. Oh man, I need to go watch all those. Those are amazing.
Heat Miser, all of them.
I like it. Anytime they change one of those shows to make it different for a season, it's cool, because then you can, see different every time you go, compare them, and it's just fun. Jody, I'm surprised you said Hollywood Studios was the best, because for me it was by far the hardest one. So I really got nothing other than throwing Santa hats on
Really?
Woody when you're walking into Toy Story.
I'm like, you're a huge Pixar person. I mean, Toy Story
Yeah, but
person.
I don't know. I mean, I couldn't.
I mean, instead of Wheezy singing "You Got a Friend in Me" at the end, he could do a little croony, some Christmas song.
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess. I was thinking bigger, so maybe that's where I need to.
you got to come down to the basic
my bar
level,
lower.
beginning basics.
Yeah. No, because I love what they do on Tower of Terror at Christmas with the projections and how they kind of make it snow, and just the general. I think we talked about it in one of the last episodes, but just the general vibe of Hollywood Studios is already awesome at Christmas. So I don't know. I just couldn't think of anything. I mean, maybe we could do an overlay at 50's Primetime Cafe and add some type of peppermint shake.
Yeah.
I would like that.
That's kind of
You
what I was
know?
thinking too with sci-fi drive-in. Make it where they show Christmas movies, like
Yeah.
Oh,
cheesy
Like the
Christmas
old,
movies,
yeah.
that
and
would be
all
super
the
cool.
waiters
good
and
idea.
waitresses are like dressed
All
up
the
like elves.
dancing movies where they dance.
Right.
You know, I love that.
Yeah. I like that idea a lot too. And then I would eat there because I'm a little bit scared, to be honest, because I don't like old sci-fi movies freak me out. So,
It's pretty fun.
It is. When
Yeah,
you're in the
I
back
am-
seat with the right person, it is.
right. I'm a little jealous, but it's fine. It's fine. I will find that right person to be in the back seat with eventually. Maybe it's Jeff next time we go down. I don't know.
Our kids with me back in a few weeks ago, and it was definitely a different experience with 4 kids and me.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
So, um, yeah, it's hard sometimes though. That's what, like, places like that where you can kind of keep them contained in those cars. It's nice because then it's harder for them to escape and run around causing problems throughout the restaurant. So, you know.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Any other ones for Hollywood Studios? No? Okay. What about resorts? Did you guys think about resorts at all? If there's anything different you want to do there? No.
I didn't.
Okay. All right. So, what about Disney Springs? Anything there? I think we need even more
Yeah.
holiday concerts in that little amphitheater thing
Mhm.
they have there. Like, I want a high school jazz band or something playing Christmas music 20 hours a day, from 8 in the morning till 4 in the morning. Something like
Forget
that.
going to school. Just come out here.
Right. Well, they should be
Or
happy they're invited to play at Disney in front of all these people.
Or just like around here, I get spoiled because we have a lot of aspiring musicians and that kind of thing. Just walking through, downtown Franklin or Nashville, and people are playing music on the corner, and that would be really cool at Hollywood at Disney Springs. Maybe
Mhm.
definitely have the bands on the stage, but then kind of scattered throughout the Disney Springs have one person playing a trumpet and somebody maybe another place they're playing a saxophone or guitar or ukulele even. I mean I believe they wouldn't have too much trouble finding people to do that. I think it'll be really cool.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's awesome. And they probably even have cast members that would be interested in doing something like that. Either they're trying to get their name out there or just like playing music. So they probably already have those people on staff that they could help out a little bit.
So I was trying to think of where to put this, and I think maybe that amphitheater might be a good place for it. But I think Carrie Underwood should come and do a run at with Sound of Music and do it right there on that stage.
That'd be great.
That would be
She
cool.
has-
And it would be. She does?
She
I
what?
believe so. Yeah, she has
what?
a good Christmas album. She has some good recordings that she's done for different Christmas
I
songs.
watch the Sound of Music whenever watching Sister, I forget her name, with an Oklahoma accent was pretty great. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, I'm sure Carrie Underwood probably has nothing else to do from October 31st
Right.
to December or January 2nd. So
Yeah.
let's call her up and get her in there. Let's get this organized for
I think it's
Disney.
a good
Take our
idea.
call. I mean, we're at Disney with the Ducks.
Well, if
Hey,
she sees my name on the caller ID, she'll be like,
She
"Oh,
lives
hey,
in the same town as me, so I could probably find her, right?
Mhm.
oh yeah, just hang out outside like the Whole Foods." Or
I
something,
got a friend that lives in a neighborhood that she and a bunch of people. It's a neighborhood that goes from moderate houses to, and it's a big planned, I guess, community. You probably know what I'm talking about, Kevin. And he
That's
sees her in the
him.
grocery store all the time in their little planned community.
Yeah,
Wow.
I took the kids to like a pumpkin patch back in October for school, and her kids went on that same field trip with their school, and they were there, and it was, everybody kind of just let them be, but it was, hey, there's Carrie Underwood, that was kind of cool.
That is cool, but that's also nice that everybody let them alone too, because I'm
Yeah.
sure as like a famous person with your kids out, you want to kind of just
I
live
mean,
a
it's kind of
normal
like
life.
us at Disney World,
Exactly.
Yeah, and her husband was there
Especially
too, and he's, Mike Fisher's a pretty
Yeah.
big name as well. So
Does he play for the Predators?
he did. He
Okay.
retired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man. Nice. Well, that's cool. But yeah, I'm glad people left them alone and let them just enjoy their day.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, I think that's everything. Is there anything we missed?
No, but I'm sure people will tell us all the things that we did miss because this was just our ideas, and I know that our listeners have lots more.
Yeah. And where do you think our listeners could share something like that with us?
On our Facebook page.
Yeah.
If I post the thing to remind everyone that our episode dropped, which I will do. So
There we
See
go.
you
So you
today.
come on over to the Disney with the Ducks Facebook group, join our community, and you can tell us all of the great ideas that you have about Christmas overlays and other ways to make the parks more special on the holidays.
And then when they send us the check, we'll give you a cut of it.
Or
Don't make no promises. Don't
no,
make
I was going to say,
promises like
or
that,
we'll
Jody.
provide them
Come on.
even better content to consume.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yes. I don't know if we
'Cause-
can promise that.
Yeah, we can. We'll be fine. It gets better with it. We're like fine wine. We get better with age.
Glad something does.
Oh man. Well, I think now we should probably try to make some people quack up because they're going to be listening to this around the holidays. They might be a little stressed with just holiday hosting and everything else that goes on, right? So let's try to make them quack up as they're listening. So Jody, what do you got for us? Can you make us quack up?
Well, I'll try. I was doing a lot of baking yesterday. So one of the things that we did was made molasses cookies, which are very similar to gingerbread cookies. So what did the gingerbread man put under his blankets?
I don't know what.
James got it. A cookie sheet.
Of course.
Oh,
Of course.
Well, that's what he put.
I know.
A cookie
All right.
comforter? No, that doesn't
Yeah,
make sense.
that doesn't make sense.
No.
Kevin, I don't know if you can top that one, but
I know.
Oh,
back us up.
So, does anybody know why you never see Santa in the hospital?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Because he has private health care.
Oh,
Bad.
boy.
I know we're
Really bad.
rocking it tonight.
Oh boy. All right. Gene, what fun is going on in your life?
Yeah, I mean, nothing. It's just all this talk about Christmas and snow and cold weather and stuff. It just reminds me, we don't get much snow in Northwest Louisiana, but we got a little bit last year. And so the kids and I decided we were going to go out and make stuff, snow angels, and we made a snowman. And it was a very magical time, so magical that the snowman actually came to life. But it really surprises. The first thing he did, he looked at us, he said, "Does anybody else smell carrots?"
I don't get it.
His nose is a carrot, so he smells.
Oh. My God.
I love when I have to explain them to you, John.
It's just not that funny when you got to explain it, though, right?
Actually, it made that one more funny. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Well, so you guys know I have a daughter, Chelsea, who's in kindergarten. And so we're learning the alphabet and that type of thing. And one of the things we were going over today was the Christmas alphabet. Do you guys know how many letters are in the Christmas alphabet? There's 25 because there's Noel.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh man.
Nice.
And for our listeners, Noel is in no letter L. In case anybody was, at my speed of picking up jokes.
Good job, John.
Thank you. Oh man. All right. Well, that's all we got for you tonight. We appreciate everybody listening to us. Again, if you could, please go give us a 5-star review. We'd really appreciate it. And everyone who will find our show because you gave that review will appreciate it as well. So you're putting a lot of good vibes out in the universe for us, and those will come back to you tenfold. I can't promise that. I'm sorry, but we'll do what we can to send
John
them back
guarantees.
I guarantee you will get 10 times your vibe investment back by giving us 5 stars. Yep. Okay. Well, I don't even know what to say anymore. Quaharini.
Disney with the Ducks will not be held liable for any vibes not received based on the vibe investment you've put into the Disney with the Ducks. Side effects can include nausea, diarrhea, inflamed eyelids, toe cramps, and side stitches.
Oh,
Oh man.
My eyes are sweating. That was amazing.
Doesn't happen. Even a blind dog finds a nut. That's
That
not
was so
right.
funny.
Blind squirrel.
Blind squirrel. What's a blind dog find? I don't know.
I don't know. A
I
bone?
know that dog will hunt. What are you drinking, Jody? Are you drinking and podcasting?
Jody.
John,
What? I've got LaCroix.
I'm just picking
Well,
on you, Jody.
Because I
That's an
finished
empty
my
can.
bourbon.
you finish your bourbon.
Mhm. Yep.
Well, so that's going to make for this workshopping to be even better, I bet.
Listen, John's involved. There are no rules.
I
Guys,
said that without really
okay.
saying it.
I like to live life, and I'm not going to let somebody else tell me how to live it. So